Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bolc 4 through 6. Week 4, as I told you guys in my last video, and week 3 we were prepping for our TAC exam. So in week 3 is when you have your very first exam. Now they tell you that this exam is like the hardest exam throughout Bolc. I'm gonna say it is not hard, but however, and our instructor could contest to this, he did, agree, is how they word the exams. Like, they word it very tricky, and it tends to confuse you, and you may think like this is definitely the answer, but then it's like, no. So one thing I'm gonna say about the exams, like, it's not open book except for one exam, but you do get to write notes. You're only allowed 3 pages front and back to write down your notes. Now the notes cannot be typed, they cannot be copied, like printed out from a printer and scanned, none of that stuff. You have to hand write your notes, and that's the part that makes it, like, you may think, oh, this is gonna be easy because it's like pretty much you can have your notes, but the thing is, you can take notes, and then when you get your test, it's not relevant. Like, your notes is not relevant to that exam. So you have to make sure that your notes is relevant to that exam. Now, it's kind of hard to do that in a way because, like, for one, like, my attention span is low. Like, I get bored very easily when something does not, like, have my attention in the first place. And like, you gotta really like pay attention in class. Like, you cannot be falling asleep, you cannot be chatting, you cannot be none of that stuff. Like, I tend to daydream. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like, I tend to drift off a lot, like be thinking about something else, and it's very hard to stay focused sometimes, but you gotta fight through that. You gotta stay focused. Now, however, I'm be honest with you guys, I did fail this exam. I failed this exam, and I was so mad because I think I failed it by 3 or 4 questions. So it's not really bad. And what I found was a lot of my notes was not relevant to the exam. So during the exam, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking for it, like, oh my God, like, this is not, what the heck? So you gotta make sure that, you're taking thorough notes. And what I would suggest, if it's okay with your instructor, take your notes ahead of time. Don't wait to the last minute. I didn't do that, but a lot of people did. They took their notes like the night before the exam, or the 2 days before the exam. Like, I started taking notes throughout each day or whatever. So, and also get with study groups. I did that as well, but I don't know. I honestly don't know what went wrong, but the notes just wasn't relevant. But anyway, like I was saying, try to take good notes and let your instructor look over it. Let him like look at it and say, well, if he can, like, tell you, okay, I wouldn't put this on there. I think you need this topic on there. He's not gonna tell you exactly like, oh, write this. He's not gonna tell you that, but he can kind of guide you, like, okay, I would write more about this topic, or something like that. Kind of guide you in the right area, because it is a lot of information. It is a lot. So you gotta kind of dictate what's relevant and what's not sometimes, because yeah, you do get a review a day before the test, but it's like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, the review that, in my opinion, and some others agree, the review we got was trash, because honestly, I wrote down everything that was mentioned in the review, and a lot of that stuff wasn't even on the test. Like, and I'm just like, I know the information, I just had the wrong stuff on my notes. Like, but just make sure, like I said, make sure you got the right information on there and you'll be fine. I just missed it by like a few questions, like not a lot at all, maybe 3 or 4 questions. But when I retook that test, I scored extremely higher than the second time. Like, all I did was take my notes and just change a few things, take out things that I knew that this is not on the test. Now, again, there's only two versions. There's version A, version B. My opinion, I find version B a lot easier than version A. And for some reason, I kept getting version A. And that's the harder version. When I took version B, I'm just going through those questions like, oh my God, like I barely used my notes because I just knew them. But yeah, so I think I got, like, you have to have a 75 to pass. A 75 is passing, not a 70, a 75. So I think I got like a 68 or something like that, 69, something like that on the first exam. And then when I took it the second time, I scored like a 98. Like, I'm just like, anyway. But yeah, guys, make sure, that's the key. Don't get comfortable like, oh yeah, I just got my notes, I'll be fine, I don't have, no, really make sure your notes are thorough. And then there's no way to know exactly like what's going to be on the test, even through the review. But just try to like make sure that you're hitting those, at least trying to get some type of guidance from your instructor, you know. That was week 4. Along with the, you know, daily routine of PT in the morning and then classroom, pretty much. But week 4 was tech log. Moving on to week 5. So week 5 was pretty much the same thing, but this time we were moving on into our second exam, which was our UMO. I think I say that right. Some people say UMO. The same thing like tech log. We're going through PowerPoints, listening, you know, lectures about UMO, and you just take notes. Same routine with tech log, pretty much. PT in the morning, same thing. So the UMO test wasn't that bad at all. It still was kind of poorly written. I did pass that exam, didn't fail that one. A lot of people barely passed it though. Like, everybody passed that test, but there wasn't a lot of high scores on that one, but everybody did pass, so it wasn't really that hard. Again, just take really good notes and you'll be fine, and see if you can have your instructor look at your notes and kind of guide you if they're good notes or you need to improve on them before your test comes up. I did take some clips and some videos. I was able to get some pictures, some video clips for you guys so you can kind of see what the experience was like.
Yeah.
That was the field trip. You get to be hands-on and, you know, not just listening to them, but you get to also kind of like, you know, work as a team and do things and all of that good stuff. So it was okay. It was fun. It wasn't like, you know, it's like getting out of the classroom environment a little bit and actually getting out there and visually seeing things and learning visually. So week 6 is maintenance week. It's another exam at the end of that week. So you pretty much only get like 4 days pretty much to learn all this information and then take a test on day 5. We also had to get our CIF issued to us for when we go out for land nav, when we go out for convoy, out in the field, all that stuff. That's later on in the course, but this is the week that we get our gear issued to us. We also had another field trip this week, and this field trip was ordnance. There wasn't a quartermaster field trip. I guess that wasn't really necessary, being that we already was quartermaster. I don't really know. But yeah, so this was our ordnance field trip, and our ordnance field trip, I didn't record on that one. It was a lot of craziness going on that week. A lot. Y'all probably hear about that and a little bit about it when I do my Bolc experience video. But it wasn't really much to record anyway. We just got to see, you know, different like army trucks, convoys, stuff, Humvees, I think I said that right, Humvees, and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. It was a really short field trip, maybe about like 30 minutes. That concludes this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Again, if you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can go over to my Instagram. Feel free to leave me a DM, and yeah, I'll get to you guys in a timely manner. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.